even argue. He is looking out the window at somebody coming in. It is always nice to see you, says the man behind the counter to the woman who has come in. She is shaking her umbrella, and I look the other way as they are kissing their hellos, and I'm pretending not to see them, and instead I pour the milk. I open up the paper. There's a story of an actor who had died while he was drinking. It was no one I had heard of, and I'm turning to the horoscope and looking for the funnies when I'm feeling someone watching me, and so I raise my head. There's a woman on the outside looking inside. Does she see me? No, she does not really see me, 'cause she sees her own reflection. And I'm trying not to notice that she's hitching up her skirt, and while she's straightening her stockings, her hair has gotten wet. Oh, this rain, it will continue through the morning as I'm listening to the bells of the cathedral. I am thinking of your voice.
when me chat on the mic. Show this artist to keep them rocking till a broad daylight. Here come this escape club to rock it tonight. Say just wanna use your love tonight. I don't wanna lose your love tonight. I ain't got many friends left to talk to. Nowhere to run when I'm in trouble. You know I'd do anything for you. Stay alive but keep it undercover. I just wanna use your love tonight. Oh, I don't wanna lose your love tonight. Trying to stop my hands from shaking. Something in my mind's not making sense. It's been a while since we were all alone. You can have the way I'm feeling. As you're leaving, please won't you close the door. And don't forget what I told you. Just 'cause you're on, you don't mean I'm wrong. Another shoulder to cry upon. I just wanna use your love tonight. Yeah, I don't wanna lose your love tonight. Yeah, I just wanna use your love tonight. I don't wanna lose your love tonight. I just wanna use your love tonight. I don't wanna lose your love
There's a party in the house and we'll be rocking tonight. So bring your body with you, baby, and I'll make you feel right. It's a freaky celebration of a natural kind, and the pleasure you'll experience will blow your mind. There's bringing in the house tonight. Move your body from left to right. To all you freaks, don't stop the rock. That's free stuff, freaking and you know what hot. Free stuff, freaking in the house tonight. Move your body from left to right. To all you freaks, don't stop the rock. That's free stuff, freaking and you know what hot. Everybody will be dancing to the beat on the floor. You will encounter situations never thought of before. Satisfaction's guaranteed if you know what I mean. And when you walk into that door, it's such a freaky scene. Freaking in the house tonight. Move your body from left to right. To all you freaks, don't stop you ladies interested in the words I speak, we will be rocking like this every night of the week. And all you fellas, tell the ladies don't stop the rock, because you know that we'll be jamming all around the clock. I went to a party, and what did I see? The girls were wearing leather skirts and see-through jeans. I asked the DJ to tell me what was going on. He said, freestyle's having a free-a-thon. In the house tonight, move your body from left to right. Come on, you freestyle, rock the rock. A free-a-thon. In the house tonight, move your body from left to right. Come on, you freestyle, rock the rock. A free-a-thon. There's a party in the house and we'll be rocking tonight. So bring your body with you, baby, and I'll make you feel right. It's a freaky celebration of a natural kind, and the pleasure you'll experience will blow your mind. Now swinging in the house tonight, move your body from left to right. To all you freaks, don't stop the rock, will blow your mind. Now swinging in the house tonight, move your body from left to right. And the pleasure you'll experience will blow your mind. Freestyle's speaking in the house tonight. Move your body from left to right. To all you freaks, don't stop the rock. Cause freestyle's speaking, they know why. Freestyle's speaking in the house tonight. Move your body from left to right. To all you freaks, don't stop the rock. Cause freestyle's speaking, they know why.
Hold on, little girl. Show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl. A broken heart can't be that bad when it's through. It's through. Fate would twist of both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'll go together, baby. You can make my life worthwhile. I can make you start to smile. When it's through, it's through. Fate would twist of both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. I'm the one. Deep inside, I hope you'll feel it too. Waiting on a line of waiting on the line. Yeah, just to be the next to be with you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you'll feel it too. Waiting on a line of waiting on that line. Yeah, just to be the next to be with you. Just to be the next to be with you. Ooh. I raise a toast to all of us who are breaking our backs every day. If wanting a good life is such a crime, Lord, then pull me away. Yeah, it's to ya. excavation with science. Not what teachers said to do, making dreams come true, living tissue, warm flesh with science. Oh, plastic tubes and pots and pans, bits and pieces, bits and pieces, bits of my creation. Is it real? It's my creation. Oh, my creation. It's my creation. With science. With science. Oh, magic and technology, voodoo dolls and chants, electricity we're making with science. Fantasy and microchips, shooting from the hip, something different we're making with science. Oh, pictures from a magazine, diagrams and charts, mending broken hearts and making with science. Something like a recipe, bits and pieces, pieces of my creation. Is it real? It's my creation. I do not know. No hesitation. No heart of gold. There's flesh and blood. I do not know. I do not know. From my heart and from my hand, why don't people understand my intentions? Ooh, with science, magic and technology, with science, things we've never seen before behind open doors. With science, not what teachers said to do. Bits and pieces, bits and pieces, bits of my creation. Is it real? It's my creation. I do not know. No hesitation. No heart of gold. There's flesh and blood. I do not know. It's my creation. It's my creation. Oh, my creation. Ooh, my creation. It's my creation. From my heart and from my hand. Why don't people understand my intentions? Ooh, weird. Ooh, with science. Ooh. Weird. With science. Ooh. Bits and pieces, bits and pieces, bits and with science. Ooh. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. I'm the best around. Nothing, nothing around. Yeah. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. I'm the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. I'm the best around.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock
Around.
That's right.
On time.
It's tricky. It's the tight.
Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's tricky. 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 It's tricky to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. 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 I met this little girlie. Her hair was kinda curly. Went to her house and bust her out. I had to leave real early.
These girls are really sleazy. All they just say is please me or spend some time and rock a rhyme. I said it's not that easy.
It's tricky to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky.
How is it, babe?
It's tricky. Tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. Tricky. In New York, the people talking try to make us rhyme. They really hawk, but we just walk because we have no time.
And in the city, it's a pity, cause we just can't hide. Tinted windows don't mean nothing, they know who's inside.
I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. Hanging on the promises and songs of yesterday, and I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go again. Here I go again. Though I keep searching for an answer, I never seem to find what I'm looking for. Lord, I pray you give me strength to carry on, 'cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone, and I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. I'm just another heart in need of rescue, waiting on love's sweet charity. And I'm gonna hold on for the rest of my days, 'cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone, and I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time, but here I go again. Here I go again. Here I go again. Here I go. Cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone, and I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone, 'cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone.
If you need a friend, don't look to a stranger. You know in the end, I'll always So as you tremble, you know what to do. I'm gonna always be there. Sometimes if I shout, it's not what's intended. These words just come out with no cross to bear. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. Promise. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. Promise. But if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. Promise. I promise you. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. Promise. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. Promise. And if I had to walk the world, I'd make you fall for me. I promise you. I promise you I would. Need to tell ya, gotta tell ya, I've gotta tell ya. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. Promise. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. Promise. But if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. I promise. I promise you. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. And if I had to walk the world, I'd make you fall for me. I promise you. I promise you I
Immediately just like stuck his whole tongue down my throat.
When I was a kid, I felt really isolated and alone.
I was part of the nerd herd.
I think I was shy when it came to guys.
I didn't know what sex was.
When I was a kid, I humped pillows.
I never knew. I didn't know where to put the penis.
Dear Diary,
Dear Journal.
September 13th.
July 29th.
I've never been attracted to a man in the way that I'm attracted to countless women. Maybe that means something.
When I got my period, my mom threw some maxi pads at me and she was like, here you go, figure it out.
Dear Diary, my body is flat, ugly, and unpubicized. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, God.
To me at that time, that was a deep, dark secret to hide.
Writing the diary, I think it did help in a lot of ways.
I had to learn to not give up, that I was someone that had a lot to give.
I'm sorry, I'm so nervous.
This is a secret journal, so get out before I bitch slap you.
Hello, welcome to Mortified. Oh my God, we're doing this. Human beings. Oh, they got the glow mask. That's fantastic. How's it going? Welcome to Mortified, folks. It is so good to be doing this show with human beings again. It is good to see your faces, masked or unmasked. Yeah, it's been a while. We just started doing these. We were concerned about it. We've had smaller audiences, and they've been fantastic. I was afraid you wouldn't hear laughter through the masks, and the crowds have been great. So thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting this strange and twisted form of art and storytelling. Is there anyone that has not been to Mortified, or the people that don't know what they're about to see? Oh, there are some newbies. Look at that. Okay, cool. So this is a strange show. It's a storytelling show. You know, we know shows like The Moth and stuff where people tell amazing stories about their life. What's weird about this one is that they are sharing stories, but all the material they are reading to you is only from their teenage diaries. Today we got poems, letters, songs, slam poetry, all these things written before the age of 19 that they did not know they would share in front of a bunch of drunken strangers. So that is where the show started. We've been going on for 15 years in the Bay Area. We took a year and a half hiatus, and now we're back. I will tell you, just in case, we're in the Bay Area. People are pretty liberal, but the stuff you're going to hear, like I said, it's from Teenage Diaries. They did not know you would hear. So as you would imagine, what are teenage brains like? They're horny. If you are with your mother from a convent, there's going to be boners and menstruation and testicles and all that stuff is going to be talked about. So I just want you to know ahead of time. We did have 2 months ago we did the show here, and there was a family, and they had like teenagers here, and I was just like, "This is fantastic! You're going to hear about people older freaking out about what you're thinking about now," and they loved it. So, yeah, this should go to elementary schools all across the country, so they know not to feel weird about their boners. We are doing a service to the world. But again, can't thank you enough. Obviously, it's a weird time in the fact you guys came out to support the arts, so we appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming. Get ready to hear about the boners and the menstruation, and give it up for the 6 brave souls about to be mortified. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody. This is so weird. It's cool. Can I just take a moment, just really quickly? It's so rad that this is the first time I've been on stage in like 2 years since COVID and all this, or a year and a half. So just everyone being out here, I think it's awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause, and don't spread your hands too far. All right, here we go. That was okay. So I kept a journal. My name is Mark, by the way. Hey. I kept a journal from the ages of 10 to about 26. And yeah, right. And this journal specifically takes place, it's little clips of it from around sixth grade to about 9th grade. And when I was in 6th grade, I was not the man who stands before you today. I was very, very skinny. And due to my skinniness, I was constantly picked on by bullies and jocks, and, that's what they did back in the 90s. So I found an outlet of something that made me feel a lot better about myself, and that was women. And then at the same time, I sort of had an undiagnosed case of ADD, which was diagnosed later in life in college. But for some reason, I couldn't keep a girlfriend for like longer than a week, maybe 2. And I just couldn't understand why, because all I wanted was this loving relationship like my parents had. But it really wasn't until I was going through my ADD-riddled journal, not a diary, it's a journal, for Mortified that I realized, oh yeah, that's why. So here we go. 2:20. Today, me, Jessica, Travis, Mark, Erica, and Stephanie went to the library. It was really cool because Erica asked Mark out, and I Frenched Jessica. That's it. That's all I wrote that day. That's ADD, and there's a lot of it here. I don't know. Well, fucking mad. My girlfriend Jessica just dumped me. What a crock. And she was the first girl that I ever kissed. Yesterday, I got humiliated in front of the gym. I had to do 25 perfect push-ups in front of everybody. What a crock. The past 2 days have been horrible. Well, gotta go, bye. 2:28. Today, I found out Jessica is gonna dump Mark H for Nate. And I wrote ha with exclamation points. I'm going out with Erica. I don't even know why I'm attracted to Erica. I don't even know if I am. I think I might be going out with her to make Jessica jealous. Or maybe I do like her. I don't know. Today I just wanted to hug her, but she Frenched me instead. Her Frenches are terrible. I hope they improve. They're not like Jessica's French kiss at all. She was better at it. A lot better. Or maybe it was just the sparks I felt because I love her. Today I wore a Walnut Creek, California 94526 t-shirt. You know, like 90210. Some people thought it was funny. Some people hated it. I miss Jessica very much. God, if you're listening and you're reading this, please bring her back to me if you exist and you are reading this. He doesn't exist. I'm just kidding. Sorry. 3592. Hey, what's up? I'm pissed off. Right now I'm listening to Metallica. I hate Sarah. I wish she wouldn't let people write stuff about me in her binder. Me and Erica broke up. We kind of dumped each other. Now she's telling everyone that she dumped me. I have to rest. Bye. So, simultaneously, time goes on, and I got a little bit older and a little bit more like, you know, I wanted to be a badass, and I was not a badass. But I got to go on this trip with my friends. I got to leave school a little early for the weekend, and we went camping. And it just so happened that in trying to find my journals, I found my core journal from school. So there's a piece of this that I wrote for my teachers, and it's how I wanted all adults to view me. And then I also have the same entry, but from my own personal journal at the very same time. So you will see the difference. 519. Today, I am really happy because tonight I'm going camping with my friend. I love camping and can't wait. I bought lots of candy and other stuff. We're going to Memorial Park. I hope this school day goes by fast because I really want to camp. So that was the school journal. And then 1 day later, or 3 days later, this is the personal journal. Oh my gosh, so much stuff has happened since I last wrote. Okay, let me fill you in. My friend Robin invited me to go camping, so I got to go and skip school on Friday. On the way up there, I kind of started to like Marika, you know, Robin's sister. But then she had this friend named Athena, and she was pretty nice too. So quickly, I will tell you what we did. Lit 4 boxes of matches and set a tree on fire. Chased cars and threw rocks at them. Then we stole the little metal caps off of every car in the park. We ran into some posses, met some stoners, made fun of the ranger to his face, practiced a skit and did a lip sync. And blindfolded each other and burned pictures of our teachers. And to this day, I don't know why we had pictures of our teachers while we were camping. But we had them. And just sat around the campfire talking. Those were just some of the things we did. I also kind of like Athena. So when I got home, my mom gave me a good luck troll. And as soon as I got the troll, I bumped into you, journal. I thought I had lost you or something. Now that's good luck. Bye. Thank you. I never know how to feel about applauses when you're reading your journal. It's like this. Yeah, thank you. 8-2. Jeez, long time no write. Guess what? I'm going out with this fine, nice girl named Megan. Isn't that such an exotic and sexy name? Megan. I got braces. They're kind of weird. Tomorrow I have to get 8 teeth pulled out. I like candy. Before that happens, I'm gonna French her again. She says I'm a good kisser. I am in love again, and boy does it feel good. 9/16/92. God, I'm old. It's been a while since I've written. Sorry. I just finished this book called Go Ask Alice. It was a real girl's diary. She took drugs. I never have and never will try. 10/16/92. We'll just move on. Good thing that was all I wrote. I'm gonna be a psycho for Halloween. I got a Sega Genesis too. I saved up my own money. I'm still going out with Megan, but last weekend I went to Alexis and Avi's house and it was fun. We played Truth or Dare and I Frenched this one girl, but she gave me a cold sore. They stay with you for life. No. I'm letting my hair grow long, like my idol, Tom Petty. His songs really know how to get girls hot. 10/27. My life sucks. Why does this have to happen to me? Megan dumped me. Megan dumped me, and I lost my place here. I love her so much. By her letter, it sounds like she never wants to hear from me again. She didn't even put a return address on the envelope. I kind of like Rachel, but I love Megan, and I don't think she loves me anymore. Sometimes, I just want to kill myself. Then again, there's good stuff too. Like I just got the part as a sailor in the play South Pacific. Highs and lows. 10/30/92. I'm grounded for life. Today, the police called my parents about my prank calling. And my mom and dad had to take me down to the police station. It was awful. They played back all of the messages that me and Cyrus and Avi left on the machines. I mean, some of them were funny, like us reading Curious George. But some of them were me yelling, "I'm gonna eat your pussy and cunt!" And my mom looked terrified. The first time I read this and my parents came, I could hear my mom laughing like a witch. She has this howl but it was not funny at that time, let me tell you. But yeah, some of them were me yelling stuff here. I feel so bad. I was just having fun. I'm the worst son in the world. My dad took away my Sega Genesis. 3:20. What's up? Guess what? Today, Sharon, my new sweetheart, had her bat mitzvah. She gave me 2 kisses on the lips. I was so happy. Well, she invited me to go back to her hotel room tomorrow, so you know I'm going. Bye. 7/7. Long time no see. So much stuff has happened since I last wrote. I felt up Sharon. 2 months later, she dumped me. I had my bar mitzvah and moved to Danville. It's a nice house, and there are some cool neighbors. They have a trampoline in their backyard, but I hate the 8th graders that sit at my lunch table and pick on me. But I got my Sega Genesis back. Peace out. I have changed. At first, I thought I was the only one, but apparently not. Megan has changed. She told me. She left today, and we almost kissed, but for some reason, I said no, and we didn't. Sharon came over today. Do I still like her? I don't know. She told me she changed too. I read The Firm and the Pelican Brief. Tonight, we are going to the circus. I gotta go. Yeah, thank God for Adderall. 11/5/93. I'm sitting here on my bed listening to rap while my life is falling apart. My new school started off with a good start, but has slowly gone downhill. Oh well. I'm the scarecrow in the drama class's production of Wizard of Oz. What has happened to me? Marla Sokoloff goes to my school. She went to my preschool. She was in this Golden Grams commercial and Full House. And the new Full House. I'm gonna get her autograph this year no matter what. I've joined karate because I have the nickname Muscles at her school because I'm skinny. I got her from some stupid sports jock named Nick. Now everyone's calling me Muscles. Well, I have to go. A girl named Melissa said she'd meet me at the dance tonight, but I'm not going. Sorry, Melissa. Long time no write. So many things have happened. Like Rebecca, ISHT. So as I started getting older and a little bit more sexually promiscuous, I had to write everything down because I just had to. I had to keep a detailed list of my entire life. But I didn't want my parents to go through my room and find it, especially after the prank call situation. So I started using acronyms for anything that I did was bad, especially sex stuff. So the thing is, when I was going back and getting my journal already, I started realizing, oh my God, these acronyms are way worse than what I actually did. Because if you looked at this, it would look like I shit on Rebecca. It stood for suck her tits. Can you believe that? There's this girl named Natalie that I kind of like, but I'm going out with this girl from Camp Tawanga named Taylor. She's cool. I'm going into high school. I'm going to be a freshman. I just saw The Mask. And Forrest Gump. 4:30:95. I got in my first, I don't know if you call it, I guess fight with Beth. All I can do is talk and talk and talk and talk. She's so rad though. I love how she listens. I've lost so many people because I don't give them any space and I just keep talking or I don't pay attention. They get mad. I'm afraid that I'll lose them and that they will fall in love with someone else. So this is the last entry in my journal here. So I was a freshman here and it's 10 o'clock at night. 10 p.m. Don't know what to do. Katie is my best friend and now suddenly we're going out. I fingered her and it was kind of sick. I like her and all, but I kind of like this girl named Lindsay. I'm not going to dump Katie, though, because I haven't given our relationship enough time yet. I don't know if I like her or not, but I can't break up with her because of the whole friend thing. She offered to give me a BJ, but I turned her down because my parents were coming home. I don't know, she's just too aggressive. The only thing on her mind is music and sex. I wish that she would just watch the news for once. Yeah, I wouldn't say that anymore for a lot of reasons. I just look back at my old journal entries and I'm feeling kind of sentimental. Things are so much different now than they were. In 6th grade, I was going out with Jessica. I Frenched Jessica then. And now I FB Katie. Finger bang. I used to live in Walnut Creek, and now I live in Danville. So different. Journal, we've been through a lot together. It's kind of neat. I'm listening to the Cranberries, Ace of Base, Jerky Boys, Nirvana, 9 Inch Nails, and Green Day. I wonder if anybody will ever read this stuff. So, yeah, life went on, and I didn't find a girl, and I kept searching and searching for years, for decades, and eventually I was performing at a Mortified, and there was a girl in the audience who Facebook stalked me, and we got married, and our second kid is on the way next week, or 3 weeks from now. So, thank you guys.
It's
such a dramatic, like, lights on, like, all of a sudden. Anyways, hi. My name is Amy, and tonight I am going to be reading from my middle school journals. This is the summer before 8th grade. That picture was taken this summer, so enjoy. I was not like a super popular kid in middle school, but I wanted to be, and I like wanted more friends, even though I had good friends, but like 3 things really held me back. That mullet. I was in band. But most of all, I was extremely outspoken about my Christian beliefs. Yeah. So these beliefs were really put to the test one day, though, in the form of a boy named Chris. I really wanted a boyfriend, and I thought that that would make me cool. And so I was ready to fall in love with a boy I had never met. And to prepare for that brave new world, I renounced my belief in God. And I discovered internet porn. So, yeah, I was ready. Here's the journal. Dear Journal, I've been thinking a lot about who I am and what I want to be in high school. I do not want to be seen as a fat dork with zits. No thanks. I'm going to lose weight in inches. I'm going to do my best to keep clear skin. I hope in high school to get good grades, to stay in band, to be somewhat popular, to have fun and get involved. Another thing I want is to become involved in clothes and makeup. I want to have cool clothes and maybe even be kind of somewhat trendy. I'm sick of being known as a semi-nerd. I also want to be known as happy, not conceited, and honest. I want to be involved in church, but not like overly involved. I've been thinking about church and stuff, and I don't want to give it up or anything, but I want to be cool also. Dear Journal, today my friend John called, and while I was talking to him, I talked to his brother's friend Chris. He and I flirted and exchanged phone numbers. Love may be in the air. I sure hope so. Dear Journal, I called Chris. He called and left a message for me. I called him back. Then he said he'd call me back. I thought he wouldn't, but he did, and we talked for about 20 minutes. I really want to meet him, and I have the perfect idea. Tomorrow night, my parents are going to this big barbecue, and I don't want to go. So if they go and I don't go, I'm going to have Chris come over. Not inside, just outside. That's not bad. John... I'm going to leave that one alone. You get why. I mean, we all know why coming outside is better than inside, I think. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. On so many levels, I'm with you. John told me Chris begged for my number. I think and hope he likes me because I really like him. But he's a junior in high school. But maybe since I'll be a freshman, it would work out. Dear Journal, I feel so guilty. Today, I went on the internet and looked at, like, nude sites. I heart it. Looking at naked males is so cool. I don't know why I'm doing it. I never did it before. I kind of crave it now. I know it's wrong, but Chris called me 2 times today. I hope we can date. I really like talking to him. He has a sexy voice. I hope I can meet him. If I did meet him, I wonder if we would, like, make out and stuff. I have a feeling that we would for some reason. He just seems the type to do that. Dear Journal, today is so boring. I have to babysit at noon, and then I have church youth group. I feel guilty about the porn stuff yesterday. Kind of. I don't even know what I think about church anymore. Jesus and God just aren't real or meaningful to me anymore. Jesus just doesn't seem cool or like anything I want to be involved with. I don't know why. I guess it's the devil. All I know is I'm having way more fun without worrying about God. Dear Journal, I talked to Chris again today. He called me my love, and he asked me if I like him, and I said yes. Then I said, do you like me? And he's all, hell yeah. I hope this turns into something. We're hopefully going to meet on Saturday. I hope that we do. That would be really cool. We were also talking about how boring my job is when I'm babysitting. I said, I hate just sitting around. He asked me if I liked just sitting around if a guy was there. I said it depended on what we were sitting around doing. He said, what if you were like making out? And I said, yeah, that would be fun. I have this feeling we're going to end up dating for a while. I really like him. He sounds so sexy. He also sounds like he likes me a lot. I hope my appearance doesn't turn him off. Ooh. It's okay. It's fine, you guys. It's just fine. Okay. Tomorrow, I get to talk to Chris for a while. Yeah. I love talking to him when I'm alone because then I can say whatever I want. I want him so bad. I hope we kiss. I actually know we will. I hope he isn't like ugly. He was. He says he's 6 feet tall, brown hair, hazel eyes, and braces. I hope we get along. I can't believe I'm falling for a guy I've never seen or met. Dear Journal, today hasn't been the best Chris day. I mean, we talked and stuff, but I just called him and he couldn't talk. I hope he's a cool guy. I can't wait to meet him on Saturday. Okay, so I have a sidebar here. Our big hot plan was to meet at this event in the town I grew up in called the Rockland Jubilee. And the Rockland Jubilee was like this huge parade and concert and fireworks display. And like as a kid, it was the first time you saw your classmates over the summer. And literally every person I'd ever known was going to be there. So why I thought that Chris and I were going to have some like super hot makeout when thousands of people I'd known were going to be there, I'm not sure. Thankfully, it didn't come to fruition, but we'll get there. Anyway, dear Journal, today I talked to Chris. I'm meeting him at the library at 2 o'clock. I am so excited to see him. We are most definitely going to make out. I can't wait. I hope I do okay. I don't want to do it wrong. I hope he doesn't expect me to blow him or something. Today, he called me baby, my woman, sexy, gorgeous, and beautiful. I don't think I'm pretty, so I hope he isn't expecting a beauty queen. Maybe he will think I'm cute for some reason. I hope we have fun. Today, I went on the internet and looked at a few porno websites. One was about how to give good blowjobs, just in case, with Chris. And the other was masturbation. I am going to masturbate tonight. I need to get in the mood for the Rockland Jubilee tomorrow. I know it's wrong to look at stuff like this, but to be really honest, I don't care anymore. I feel bad betraying Christ, but I know he'll forgive me. Today, I was looking at the blowjob site, and there were lots of big, hard penises. Yum. I just feel like now is the moment where I have to reveal that I'm extraordinarily gay. So the idea that I would write like, yum is so, no. No, thank you. Ooh. I have a feeling Chris's penis is big. I hope that my parents never find out about this. I know I would be totally grounded. That would totally suck. I also know they would never trust me again. One thing I'm nervous about is that someone will see Chris and I tomorrow. I don't just mean see me with a guy, I mean see me making out. If it's anyone my family knows, I'm sure they'll rat on me, unless it's someone who's cool. I really can't believe how much I've changed. The old Amy would have never been able to talk to a cool junior guy on the phone or go on porno websites. I just wouldn't. I'm having a ton more fun now. I'm enjoying stuff like this. I hope it continues on to high school. I've also redefined my sexual limits. I will give blowjobs to guys I'm dating. Dear Journal, wow, so much has happened. First of all, my dad found out about all my internet stuff. But being the cool guy he is, he didn't punish me or tell my mom. Okay, so this is the 90s. This is like 1996. And so my dad really had to work for that information. He left that. He thought I was up to something on the internet. And so he left the house. He went to Walmart, really the only place to go in my town, called our house phone from a payphone. And the line was busy. So he was like, okay, she's online. I had no idea what an internet history was. So when he arrived home, he was like, okay, I got to see what this kid's been up to. And there was just a parade of dicks and information I'm sure he treasured about how to give a good blowjob. So I'm still just so sorry. Yeah. Oh, my poor dad. Okay. Dear Journal, well, Chris is a jerk. Oh, yeah, he didn't show up to meet me. But when I did meet him later, he was all over some other girl's crotch, and all he could talk about was how him and his cousin were gonna go get drunk. Total player. Anyways, I still don't want to be a high school dork, so I plan to stay with church, be friendly, fun to be with, and interested in everything. I've come to a new thought on high school. Just because I'm involved with church doesn't mean I need to be a dork. Here's a list of my high school goals. 1, get good grades. 2, stay involved in church. 3, make lots of friends. 4, have lots of fun. 5, do not be a dork. 6, find new interests but keep my old ones. 7, stay in tune with popular clothes, music, etc. 8, find a fun Christian group of friends to hang around with. 9, try to find a boyfriend who's fun, cool, and nice, not like Chris. I'm feeling better about myself. I'm learning to be a cool Christian. I'm never going to be an evangelist or anything. I want to have a lot of fun and most definitely not be known as a total dork. I think next time I go to a Christian bookstore, I'm going to buy the book Geek Proof Your Faith. That'll help. Thank you.
Hello, San Francisco. It is extraordinarily wonderful to see all of you for the first time in a couple of years, so I'm thankful you guys all came out for this. My name is Marcus, and I grew up outside of Washington, D.C. in a place called Prince George's County in Upper Marlboro. And a lot of these songs that I wrote, I was written about the same time that I was learning how to drive. And when I was learning how to drive, I always preferred driving with my mom because my mom would allow me to put whatever I wanted on the radio. And what I wanted to listen to was not the stuff that was popular in the 80s. I wanted to listen to classic rock like the Pink Floyd, the Beatles, David Bowie, and that type of thing. And one day, my mom and I were driving around in a Dodge Omni in Prince George's County, and one of the songs from Pink Floyd came on from the wall, and it said, "And the worms ate into his brain." And my mom turns to me while I'm driving, which must have been terrifying, and she says, "This sounds like something you could have written." Now, a few things could have been going on with my mom. She could have either hated Pink Floyd. She might have greatly overestimated my talent as a songwriter. Or she loved me and she wanted to be supportive in any way she could. And knowing my mom, I'm guessing it was C. So I'm going to dedicate the reading of the songs, and in no way the content, to my mom. So the first one I wrote in August of 1987. I was working at the Gap at the Forest Village Park Mall. So this is called Sitting in a Grave. Baby, your grave is completely dark and groovy. I cannot see. I cannot move. I cannot breathe. Death is coming, sitting in your grave. You died, but they buried me because I liked you and dug your groovy vibes. You are rotting in my grave. You are rotting in my basement. I am dying in your grave. It's kind of cool if you think about it. Hey, can dead people think? If they can, we will be grooving together in peace and harmony. Isn't death cool? If anyone dies inside of you, find everyone who cares and give them yellow death notices. Does anybody care? Did anybody actually die? So, as I said earlier, I was a huge fan of the Beatles. And I heard about like Paul McCartney writing like Yesterday and some other random song on the same day. And that's one thing Paul McCartney and I had in common. We wrote 2 songs on the same day. These were both written on November 15th of 1988. The first one is called Lizard Man, which is what the drink is named after tonight. So somebody would have told me like, hey, in 2021, they're gonna name a drink after whatever. So it's called Lizard Man. He's so bad, so fucking bad. Got 3 toes, got 3 claws of them. Want to find him and make him my friend, 'cause I'm lonely and I have no friends. When we capture them, we will throw a party for the cool lizard man. We would party with the lizard man, tear apart the poor man's house, and eat his chickens alive. Oh, can't wait to find the lizard man. So a lot of the people that I was really into, like Jim Morrison, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, a lot of them were into heroin. Now, up to this point in my life, when I wrote this song, I had never done heroin, and up to this point of my life, currently, I've never done heroin. That did not stop me from writing this about heroin. Dry Needles, also written November 15th, 1988. Just standing in that lonely, cold room. The needles are rusty and dry. It's run empty of that sweet juice that frees my mind from the prison of my body. I've been this way since I was locked away for the senseless crime I never committed. My life has been without meaning. I would have died to free myself. The first time I found that juice, I heated it up and put it into myself. It felt so sweet. It felt so good to be free from my cage. Now the juice is gone. My body is cold and shaking. I'm going into convulsions. My mind is going blank. I wish I could die. So, one of the questions that people always ask me, like, "Hey, Marcus, do you miss Maryland? Do you miss the four seasons and blah 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 blah?" Not at all. I do not like Maryland winters. I do not like Maryland summers. So, this was written quite a bit earlier, and it was a couple other people helped write this song with me. It's called Icy, Snowy, Deadly, Ugly Morning. You will die today, or you were among the dead of yesterday. Either way, you will not sleep on earth tonight. Dead man dried up in a jar, refused to rewind the tape in the VCR. Do you know where your kids are? Digging up graves on Christmas Eve. Why don't you leave so they can feed them to the more and they will no longer feel poor? The roads of death are covered with frozen blood and ugly blackened snow. Icy, snowy, deadly, ugly morning. So, luckily, I am not as a dark perspective person as I once was, but thank you guys all so very much, and thank you guys for coming out.
Hello, everyone. How do you follow a song about heroin? I don't know, but we're going to find out. Hi, everyone. I'm Kate. And this is the journal in question. And I feel like some young girls probably decorate their journals with like magazine cutouts or inspirational song lyrics. I chose some choice quotes, and this is a sampling of what I put on my journal. Well, la-di-frickin-da, Chris Farley. Lay off me, I'm starving, Chris Farley. And doubles, 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 Chicago Todd, Chris Farley. So it's really important that you know that about me. So when I was growing up, I had a really great family, awesome parents, older sister named Megan. We were super close, but when I was 11, we uprooted and moved across the country from Pennsylvania to Seattle. It was pretty hard, 3,000-mile move. So because of that, and probably because of like crazy tween-age hormones, we started to drift apart a little bit. And it probably didn't help that I was kind of falling into a group of girls that was like slightly edgy. Like we would sip beers at sleepovers and sneak out to make out with boys. But I wasn't making out with boys. And I really wanted to be making out with boys. But I wasn't the cute friend. I was the girl with bushy eyebrows who quoted Chris Farley, whatever. But that all changed when I met Adam. Adam was goofy and funny, and all the girls in 8th grade liked him, even though he totally looked like a 13-year-old Mr. Bean. But I felt like I could... I take it that pictures... Yeah, that's him. That's him, as a 13-year-old. So I felt like I could be myself around him, though. And like, even though he was a little bit of a player, I felt really comfortable with him. Well, I felt comfortable with him online because our relationship would start and thrive on AOL Instant Messenger. And our first conversation must have meant so much to me that I printed it out and pasted it in my journal. January 16th, 2001. Dear Journal, I talked to Adam online today. Attached is the conversation, smiley face. I'll let it speak for itself. Him, hey. Me, hey, what's up? Him, NM, you, me, nope. So clearly crushing it. Side note, you're probably wondering what our AIM screen names were. Mine was Limelight 003, which is clearly a tribute to Bath & Body Works' best fragrant. Oh, I can smell it. His was an acronym for, this is what he told me it stood for, go to hell, you goddamn bitch. So he was kind of a sleazeball, but he was about to be my sleazeball. And this is the conversation continues. Him. Want to go to a movie on Friday? Me. Yeah, that'd be cool. Literally the next thing I say is, arg, my period is like not deciding to come this month, but anyway. So anyone here that is a bleeder knows that when you're 13, you're newly bleeding out of your vagina and you're just trying to figure out like the appropriate place to talk to, like, and who, like, you're just feeling it out. I was failing. I also love that, like, the most momentous thing has just happened to me. Like, I've been asked out, and my instinct is to be like, my menstrual cycle. So whatever. So Adam and I were official. Oh, it felt so good to finally have someone I could, like, discuss my period with and, like, most importantly, make out with, because our first official date after the movie, which was Save the Last Dance, we went to a mutual friend's house to watch a movie, Tommy Boy. I picked it out, obviously. And then this is the entry from that night, January 20th. We kissed a lot, and he touched my boobs a little. Not under the shirt. I'd rather have him touch them over the shirt. I think it's sort of cool, haha. Kate hearts Adam, January 27th. 1 week, January 3rd. 2 weeks, February 8th. He dumped me. Yeah, our relationship lasted 19 days, which, raise your hand if you've had a period longer than that, because, like... But I was really, really sad about it, and that sadness continued for weeks. So February 17th. Dear Journal, hey. Adam told some people the reason he dumped me was because of all my Chris Farley quotes. He said it was getting really annoying. Fuck him. What a stupid reason to dump someone. On a happier note, Ashley said she was talking to him once and he told her I had really nice boobs. Okay, but so this isn't where the story ends. We may have been officially broken up, but we were still very much the Ross and Rachel of Islander Middle School, okay? We were like, will they, won't they? Clearly it was because of my boobs. He would show up to like friends' bowling parties and he showed up to my 14th birthday party unannounced. And of course, he kept stringing me along sexually. March 17th. Dear Journal, I went over to Adam's house tonight. It was awesome. We went to watch a movie, in parentheses, SNL's Best of Chris Farley. And like, so reading back on this, part of me is like, yes, girl, like, don't let a man tell you who to be. And another part of me is like, read the room. Good Lord. Okay. Back to the journal. Then it started getting weird. A good weird. He playfully grabbed my boob and then reached down the bra. I was totally fine with it, and as much as it sounds slutty, I liked it. Then we made out twice. It felt really special, even though I knew it probably wasn't. His hands did go down like at my hips and then over the pants. So I guess I got half-fingered. Y'all, then we moved to cybering, and this convo on AIM also must have meant a lot to me because I printed it out and pasted it in my journal, and it's really hard to read this out loud. Okay. Ooh, okay. March 19th, I've written highlights of conversation, and then I've literally highlighted it. Okay. Him. Oh my God, okay. Thank you. It's really so awkward. Okay. Him. So when do you want me to start your period? Me. Ha 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 ha. I'll think about it. Before DC would be nice. We were going on a school trip to Washington, DC. Him. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow. Sorry, I just need some play. JK. Me. Ew, wouldn't that be sick if I did start my period while you were up there? Him. Yeah, it would suck if it started while I was up there at lol. Me. Ha ha ha. You're like, Kate. Him. No, I mean, I plan to be down your pants the whole trip. Winky face. Me. Ha ha ha. You're like, on the plane. Him. The bathrooms. Me. Oh yeah, I'm just so irresistible. Him. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Me. Ah, you want me. Ha 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 ha. Him. Ha 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 ha. Me. God, your hands were like ice the other night at your house. Him. Ha ha. Well, I could have warmed them up down your pants. Lol. Me. You do need play. Lol. Him. Yeah. Me. This might not make any sense, but are you just looking for play from anyone? Him. No, from pretty people. Pretty people, asterisk. Okay, so, most awkward cybering ever that has ever existed. But say what you will. Like, yeah, this was awkward, but like, y'all, I finally had someone, I had that person that I always wanted. Like, a friends with benefits who I could cyber with, who thought I was pretty, and who liked my boobs, right? Like, things were going great for good old Kate. But then it all came crashing down. April 26th. Oh my God, the most awful thing happened today. Mom and Dad picked me up early from drama club. I had absolutely no idea why. The most awful thoughts were running through my mind. I thought Megan died. Mom has been really concerned about me lately since I haven't gotten my period in a few months, and she read this journal. She read the entry where Adam half-fingered me. Okay, so according to my parents, I had been super isolated from the family. I hadn't gotten my period in a few months, and this didn't all add up to me being like a regular teenager who was irregular in her cycle. It was that I was pregnant. So, and oh, by the way, when she went through my journal, aforementioned AIM convos are pasted in here and act like fucking bookmarks. So she probably flipped right to the cybering conversation. And so she did all this, and instead of talking to me about it, she called my dad. He came home early from work. They picked me up from school, took me to the doctor's where I got a pregnancy test. Even though I was 150% a virgin who's scared of penises, and still am, like, let's be honest, they're gross. So, as you can imagine, at the time, I was so traumatized by this. Like, how could my parents have read my journal? How could they read about the time I got to half third base? How could I ever look them in the eyes again? And we just kind of never talked about it again. Like 20 years went by and it never came up. Like it came and went. And my parents and I are really close. Like to this day, we talk about everything. I love them so much. But for whatever reason, we just never broached this topic. Until recently. So I called my mom up in preparation for this presentation. And I was like, Mom, we need to unpack that time you destroyed my trust in everybody that's an adult. And so I transcribed what she wrote, what she said to me over the phone, and this is direct transcription. She's also a theater professor, just keep that in mind, so it's very dramatic. Okay, so this is what she told me. Reading of the journal, it was unforgivable, but it happened for a reason. Your journal was on your bed, I read it. Then I went back to putting your laundry away and went, well, fuck. And then this is what I told her over the phone, this is still our conversation. I said, yeah, but Mom, at the time I was traumatized, and I wrote in the journal, Mom and Dad now think I'm someone I'm not. To which my mom responded, no, we thought boys were someone they were. So Mom kind of had it right. I mean, like, she was afraid that I would have been in a situation where, like, I was hurt by this boy and would be too scared to tell them. So this is my mom still talking on the phone. Should I have read the journal? No. All parenting rules say no. But I did. I didn't trust him. I didn't like him. And I had good instincts. He was engaging. He was the kind of guy I would have fallen for. It was fear, Kate. Total fucking fear. I thought you were hurt, and I would have killed him. I would have drowned him in the lake. I had a plan. I did. You don't hurt my kids, I'll kill you. So I kind of get it now, right? Like, my mom had my back, and she was 1,000,000% wrong. She should have never read my journal. And to be clear, Adam never hurt me, except for all the times he shat on Chris Farley, but okay. But it's okay. Mr. Bean and I eventually drifted apart in high school. He had other girlfriends, I had other boyfriends. And then in my 20s, I met and married Carl, who's here tonight. And he thinks my boobs are great too, so whatever. 10 months ago, we welcomed our baby girl into the world. Her name is Farley. No, I'm just kidding. Her name is B, and I promise here on this stage right now that I will never read B's journal. But I can't promise I won't drown problematic boyfriends in the lake. Thank you.
I know what boys like. I know what guys want. I know what boys like. I got what boys like. I know what boys like. I know what guys want. I see them looking.
Hello. Okay, here we are. All right. My name is Liz. Hi. Okay, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for coming, everybody. Okay. When I was 8, I got sick with an inflammatory bowel disease. And this made me a lonely and weird child. Having a social life was really difficult because I didn't feel at home in my own body, and I was anxious about crapping my pants in public, and I never wanted to explain why I was in the bathroom for so long. And so I just really wanted to be normal, and I struggled to have friends who understood me, so I always fronted like I had a really great attitude about my disease, and pretended like nothing was wrong, even when it was completely inappropriate to do so. Here's a journal entry I wrote for my 7th grade English class. I was asked to write about the best thing I did in 1980. Okay, this is what I wrote. Mrs. Carter, please don't repeat this. It may not mean much to you, but it does to me. You see, I have ulcerative colitis. And I've had it since 3rd grade or so. This summer, I had to go in for tests in the hospital like I usually do. These are tests where these complicated apparatuses are stuck up my rear. I'm usually very impatient with these things. And this year, I was patient and kind. I took it easier, and my parents appreciated it. You can laugh, it's okay. Okay. So as if having a shitting disease wasn't hard enough on my social life, my family moved to a different country every 2 to 3 years. I was born in West Papua New Guinea. I lived several places in Indonesia, Spain, Egypt, Phoenix. And every time we moved, I was the friendless new kid who had to start all over again. So even though I'm American, visiting the States during the summers wasn't any easier to find friends because I had this really unusual point of reference from my expatriate childhood that made me seem pretty weird. So here's an entry from the same 7th grade journal that gives you a sense of my weird POV. We were living in Egypt, and my teacher assigned us to write about things that we were all familiar with, and in this case, it was the donkeys of Cairo. At least once a day, I see or hear a donkey. The donkeys are smelly, loud, and worked hard. They usually bug me because you see this donkey cart going down the road and then this new flashy Mercedes or something trying to get by and then a whole traffic jam starts. But what really bugs me the most about donkeys is that sometimes you see their bones lying around on the grass or road. When I walk my dogs, they just eat the bones. Then after they chew on them, you can't get the bones out of my dogs' mouths, and of course they have to get sick out of both ends all over the house the next day. The teacher's comment on this entry was, "I know this well." That's an actual photo of me walking my dog Peggy in Cairo. Okay, so when we lived in Egypt, there was a lot of violence targeted at Americans. It's gonna get really funny, I promise. Okay, one of the teachers at my school was even on a hijacked plane. Luckily, she survived, but this kind of danger was, I don't know, it always seemed fairly close, but then at the same time, it becomes like completely normal. And so like for Halloween in 7th grade, I dressed up as a terrorist and carried a play machine gun. So, yeah, I was a fish out of water whenever we were in the States because kids had like no idea where I was coming from. And I didn't know about Little League Baseball. I didn't know about summer camp or football. I knew about terrorism, donkey carcasses, and being pathologically cheerful about being medically probed. So, what does a pants-shitting, globe-trotting weirdo do for friends? She makes them up. I learned how to spend a lot of time alone and entertain myself with worlds that I invented. So I drew people and wrote descriptions, basically created friends and worlds I could inhabit on my own. And the summer I was 11, we were on leave from Cairo visiting my grandparents in Missouri. I had nobody to play with, and I created these people. Okay. Abraham. Abe, as his only 4 friends call him, is a skinny, different kind of husband, father, and man. He won the lottery at age 19 and a half, which was $1 billion. Mildred married him. She is quite sexy and was a prostitute and just encouraged him because of her type. I just want to point out that I didn't know the word right. I didn't know it was prostitute. I thought it was profit-toot. She was a prostitute. Okay. Mildred. An original New Jersey gal. Prostitute. She only married Abe because of his money. She spends money like the Cookie Monster eats cookies. Okay, now the next one is Void. Void, a terribly unsuccessful businessman. He is going to run for president next year. He's known as a gay person. He wears skirts, ties, women's eyeglasses. His favorite bar is the Blue Oyster. Some of you know it from the movies, Police Academy 1 and 2. His lover is Ronnie, Ronald Reagan. Nancy is a man in disguise. His real name is Jamoshko Kobinina, who is a Russian spy. Okay, so this is just the beginning of a theme. It turns out as a kid, I was obsessed with prostitutes, male queerness, trans people, and Nancy Reagan. I grew up in an era of what I like to call horncore movies. This is like Porky's, Hot Dog, Revenge of the Nerds, the horny white guy genre filled with gratuitous tit shots and randy sexcapades. So in a horncore movie, a woman's body is only ever a sex object. If there was a woman in a movie, she was often a prostitute. And if there was any representation of male queerness, it was often a pathologized like cross-dresser. And one movie that really intrigued me in a confusing way was called Angel, and it was about a 15-year-old girl, and the tagline was, honor student by day, Hollywood hooker by night. I was an honor student by day with colitis. Okay, so I had colitis, and all of the gross symptoms and medical probing made me not feel at home in my body. And all the moving around prevented me from grounding, which is another way of not feeling at home in my body. And then you add the threat of Middle Eastern terrorism, I was scared to be in my body. And I think because of all of that, I really felt an affinity to any representations of people who didn't feel or seem at home in their bodies, or whose bodies didn't seem like they were their own. And what are those representations in 80s horncore movies? It's sex workers and trans people. So watching all of this horncore in Egypt, I might add, but I'm not going to go into how I had access to all of that, because you probably don't even know what VHS tapes are. But all of this horny content impacted the characters I invented, and somehow I then got it in mind to invent my own adult movies, and I drew movie posters with plot synopses. The first one is called Jeremy, the movie. He's gay, he's funny, he loves sex with other guys. Come see this fantastic portrait of Jeremy's true and real life. Okay, starts off short and sweet. The next one is called Moses. Oh no, wait, don't show it yet. Don't show it yet. Okay, from the maker of Jeremy the movie comes Moses. Gerald Harris has created the picture of the year for sacrilegious people and sex maniacs. This terrorizing story of how Moses lived in the eyes of Gerald Harris, who, as you know, created Jeremy and other XXX rated movies. Once you start watching this movie, you'll want to see other movies contained with serious love and fantasies. Don't miss this fantastical picture. Okay, so Moses. Okay, let's look at Moses. So I started to add some detail. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's pretty faded, but like in the upper left-hand corner, it says, starring Moses himself, Moses O'Hara. And then down on the lower left, it says, dedicated to the Bible. Okay, all I can think is that Moses was a mashup of horncore and like another staple of my childhood, which was like these horribly long Bible sagas that were like 4 hours long, and it was like the only thing that would show on weekend television. Okay, the third movie is called Prissy. He's made the charts again. Gerald Harris, the maker of Jeremy and Moses, has won the Oscar of X-rated movies for the third time. Prissy was a guy who had a sex change and became a prostitute. Now she's working the streets at night. These exciting encounters will lighten your life just like Debbie Boone does with her song to guys. Watch it. Okay. So now we have Prissy, and there's a section. So on the left, she's decently clothed, and on the right, she's at work. The whole thing doesn't show, but she's like kind of blacked out. Also, I don't know, it's too faded, but it says like the Debbie Boone part where it says like the Debbie Boone song for guys. I think I wrote gays, but I don't even know if Debbie Boone is a gay icon or how I would know that, or if it was just like a spelling mistake. Okay, the next movie is called Henna the Hippie. We know it's the 80s, but this picture was started in the 70s and just ended its filming. This film is about a hippie who fights for the right to smoke pot, sniff cocaine, and have sexual intercourse in front of the White House. Henna the hippie gets so involved in her fighting, she reveals a deep, dark secret of the past. She has made love with all the presidents of the USA. She's a drug pusher and sells to Carter, president at the time. But we'll leave it to you to see what she did with Nixon and how she was involved in Watergate. Okay, Hannah. Okay, and in the upper left, it says, this is like a total diss to Nancy, starring Nancy Reagan in her first starring role. I really like the peace boobs. Okay. So eventually my family settled in the States. I went to high school in Phoenix. It was it was really rough. It was rough for someone with my background, but I made a few friends, and I made it till college. I have lived in this country long enough to have the same reference points as other Americans. I'm not constantly on guard for donkey carcasses, and I know that dressing up as a terrorist sends a very specific kind of message. Gerald Harris paved the way to screenwriting and development, and I worked in TV and film for 10 years. And most miraculously, my ulcerative colitis went away. Yeah, I went away to college and like poof, it just like disappeared. Maybe because I had like actually human friends there. But the weird thing is that after my disease ended, I lived in 2 houses that seeped shit. One from the ceiling and the other like was coming up from the floor. And I was fucking freaked out. I was like, if it's not seeping from my body, then it's seeping from the dwellings. Like, what the hell is going on? And so I decided to have a literary exorcism, and I created the zine called Scoop, which is about poop. And it has really funny, normalizing stories about something we all do, which is poop. Some like really amazing writers have written in it. And as weird as you may think that sounds, a special edition of the zine was commissioned for a show at LACMA, which is a fancy pants museum in LA. So there you have it. Never think that your shit doesn't matter.
Like an Egyptian.
Right. How's it going, everyone? Thank you. Thanks for being here. It's the last one of the night, so buckle in. My name is Matt, and I was born and raised right across the bay in Oakland, California. Thank you. And I went to this like private, preppy, high-achieving academy up in the hills. You guys don't want to clap for that part. I totally understand. I would do the same thing. And in high school, like I was doing okay. I had a group of friends. I had a girlfriend. I played some sports. But inside, I really had like imposter syndrome. Like I went to this super high achieving school. I didn't get good grades. I didn't do well in school. I got a reputation as like a stoner and kind of a party kid, and I was just not feeling good about myself. And I was also just really, really emotional, which made me the perfect kind of person to fall victim to slam poetry. You guys like slam poetry? Me neither, but it's what happened, so we're going to talk about it. So this was like the early 2000s Bay Area, and poetry slams were kind of becoming a thing. They were popping up. My friends took me to my first one in downtown Oakland. And I was like seeing these kids from all these different schools do these amazing poems, like these amazing rhymes, and a lot of the same stuff I was feeling. And they were like doing it in this really expressive way, like stretching out their words, using their hands to make gestures. It was like, I was really into all of it. And I still remember actually one of the lines I heard from that first night at that poetry slam. This kid was on stage talking about like not fitting into his school. And he says this, he says, "At school, I never raised my hand to ask permission to go to the bathroom. The only reason I raise my hand is to measure the distance between my fingertips and the stars." It's like so deep. I went home, I started writing immediately. I knew this was something I was gonna get into. So I wrote my first slam poem. I started performing it around town. It was about feeling kind of lost in high school. And it was written in this like extended metaphor of space travel. And obviously, and I'm gonna read it in like the same way that I would have read it back then, just so you're like prepared. And if you like it, you can respond like how we used to back then with like some snaps. You guys like get a few snaps? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And if you heard something like a really dope rhyme that you liked, you could be like, But that's only if you feel like it. All right. So this first one is Untitled, 2002. Looking back in my past makes me smile and laugh and reminisce on shit like the rhymes we would spit. But out here it's dark and cold, not a soul on this station, as I review the captain's log to jog my memory of the situation. Back then I had a crew just like Michael had the Jacksons. And this is before we before the HBO documentary and stuff. So what the fuck happened? Why am I in total blackness? I guess I need to reassess the journey. High school at first was like the beaches of Normandy. Shit started to shift when asteroids hit my ship, so I threw on my spacesuit to go out and see what was wrong with it. But before I knew it, I was sucked through the door with nothing more to extend in this metaphor. And my connection innovated to the point where I was separated, like a door from the hinge, trying to grab onto stars, but just getting singed. Thank you. I kind of stole that last line about the stars from that other kid, but like, fuck him, we didn't go to the same school. And all right, so around this time, it's like junior year, started smoking weed. For the first time, under the Rockridge BART tracks, out of a Hanson soda can. And so this just like led to my bad boy image even more. It felt more like a, just outsider against school, kind of like a bad boy. And I was also just thinking about my identity like a lot. And at the time, I thought that I was maybe like the Messiah. Just not like definitely, but like probably. So my name is Matt. It's Matthew. My Hebrew name is Matisyahu. This was before reggae Matisyahu. And it means gift of God. And I guess I just like really took it to heart and thought like, yeah, I mean, like maybe. And because like, in my mind, the Messiah wouldn't be like a straight A student. He would be like someone that kind of flew under the radar, so. Anyways, this next poem is about that. And I never actually performed it back then, thankfully, so I've never actually read it to anyone until right now. So this poem is unironically titled Gift of God, 2002. As the hymn goes, if the man sitting next to you is not the Messiah, do not worry. As if for salvation of this world, we were in no big hurry. But either my neighbor's program had a typo or my eyes were blurry, because all I saw was, he's right next to you, so do not worry. I just want to say, like, that first part takes place in shul, so you know, like, the rest of it's going to be fire. Okay. From a young age, I aspired to be the Messiah and strive to be all-inclusive, conducive to connecting black and white, wrong from right, popular kids and pariahs. My soul sweet like a papaya. With vision, I pack provisions with precision to lift this world higher. 8 pounds and 12 ounces of pure hope for the future, only to be corrupted by the anger of youth that had me pissing on doorsteps and car handles. Visions of hope dismantled to a chubby boy passed out in a garage. Vomit on his breath. Love handles hanging out his belt. Lights out like a candle. So I rarely believe in God because people die every night unless I want something bad, and I clasp my hands and shut my eyes tight because I refuse to take part in all that fire and brimstone when I could kick it on the porch with my kin and get stoned. But it was written that my people descend from him, and I'm named from the fact that I was sent from him. So I'll make my peace in reading Socrates. I've never read Socrates, not one word. And getting high while figuring out what the world needs. But you can find me convinced in whatever powers that be, that I'm here for a reason, and all of you need me. So I'm super sorry about that. Like I said, it was the weed smoking. It was the identity searching. I think Matis Yahoo had something to do with it. This is a lot going on. But I started to kind of like feel myself as a writer, and it was just like, I'm getting good. And 2 things happened that would forever change the course of my slam poetry career. So one, these other kids in my school started getting into it, and we begged the administration to let them have an assembly, like a poetry slam at our school in the middle of the day. And I was finally getting to read my poems for the whole school. I was like finally getting to show off, my skill and talent. I was so excited. And then 2, it's like senior year, something really difficult happens. It's still kind of hard to talk about, but like I was rejected from Oberlin. And it was just super sad. Like I really wanted to go to school in rural Ohio for some reason, and just not getting in. It just, all those feelings of not feeling smart enough, not feeling good enough, they just bubbled up. And I went home. I wrote the realest, angriest, most authentic poem I'd ever written. And I knew that was the poem I was going to read at the assembly. So the day came, and like everyone filed in, all the students, the faculty, the headmaster. This was the type of place where we had a headmaster. And it was my turn. I walk up to the mic, and this is my poem. Judgments, 2003. Anatomically, I'll be easy to see, and precisely I tip the scales at 183. Because we be the middle class, not first but not in last, coming in a high figure but having trouble with the tax. But fuck what you see, that's just me, Matt B. I had a midlife crisis at the age of 17. This kid in my class thinks I'm just a jock because I barely pass, and I don't sit at home and watch Spock. He probably knows I drink beer and get in trouble with the cops, or that I'm sipping natty ice while he's identifying rocks. A joint or 2 is all I do, and perhaps sometimes a bowl, but they look at me shocked like I was smoking from a Bible scroll. I don't know. Outstanding, amazing. These words barely graze me as I run like bullets from a gun to escape my mediocrity, surrounded by hypocrisy. and people with more money and estates than Monopoly. As wealthy families tell me what I need to be, I see these universities don't look right for me, and I'm tired of all this bullshit pressure. So fuck this, undo the button of my Levi's and suck this. So it was crazy. The crowd was going crazy. I was like, I think I blacked out. It was a blur. I was like giving high fives. I was like, fell on top of the world. It was like the best I've ever felt at that school. And then not that long after, the headmaster called me into his office. And I was just like, I was fired up. I was like, man, they just can't handle it. I'm so real. They just can't handle this. And the worst part is he wasn't even like mad. He was just like genuinely concerned. He was like, are you okay? Like, you seem very upset. Like, do you need someone to talk to? Do you need a snack? I was like, that's just me being real. That's just me. But then he was saying there was like some concerns amongst the faculty of like my references to drug use and the language. And they had talked about like removing me from my like very minor role on the student council. And, you know, like any bad boy, stoner, slam poet would do, I started crying immediately. Just openly weeping in his office and begging for him to let me keep my spot. And they allowed me to keep my spot on the illustrious student council. But my image of like a bad boy was just totally out the window. It was a very humbling experience. So that was kind of the end of my slam poetry career. And I'm pretty embarrassed about the whole thing, but I'm also, you know, a little bit like in awe of my younger self for being so vulnerable and expressive. Thank you. And just like, you know, if we can just all remember to give some snaps to the young slam poets in our lives. And before I leave, I just want to read that last line of my poem, Judgments. That's just me, Matt B., body and soul. Might not ever make it to the honor roll. I never meant to be judged in this way. I'll never write again, because this is all I have to say. Thank you.
All right, we saw some weird stuff tonight, folks. So what we like to do at the end of every Mortified is go over the valuable lessons we've learned. What have we learned today? We learned the importance of acronyms. For example, we learned that SHT means sucked her tits. We discovered that things get pretty freaky at the Rockland Jubilee. We discovered you do not need to be a heroin addict to write amazing heroin rock. If someone breaks up with you because of Chris Farley, they could go suck a bag of dicks.
I laughed at all his work. I thought he
We learned the dangers of bowel problems and donkey carcasses. And we discovered that the Messiah was a slam poet. But what we learned as we do it every Mortified is that we are freaks, we are fragile, and we survived. Let's please give it up for all the performers who shared themselves tonight.
When I was younger, I wished that I knew what I know now.
All right. A few quick announcements. Also, a round of applause for you for braving the COVID and coming out here to support this. We appreciate all of you, so thank you. A few quick announcements. If you want to share Mortified with your cousin that lives in a different state, you can. There's a podcast called simply The Mortified Podcast, so you can hear boner stories on the way to work. You're welcome. We have an all-new show every month. In fact, the same show is tomorrow in Oakland at the New Parish, so please tell people. The next show here is November 12th in SF, 13th in Oakland. Go to getmortified.com for all info. There's a home game that came about during COVID. If you want to share your embarrassing stuff with your friends, you can do it. It's called I Can't Believe I Did That. And finally, if you want to share your own strange, weird, twisted past with us, please go to getmortified.com. Whether they're diaries, poems, rap songs, letters, there's a home for the freak in all of us at Mortified. So thank you all so much. You're welcome to stay and have drinks after. Thank you for Ari for working the decks, DNA for having us. Have a fantastic evening.
They trap you and they use you before you even know. For love is blind and you're far too kind. Don't ever let it show. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was stronger, the can-can's such a pretty show. Steal your heart away. Sitting in the morning at the diner on the corner. I am waiting at the counter for the man to pour the coffee, and he fills it only halfway. And before I even argue, he is looking out the window at somebody coming in. It is always nice to see you, says the man behind the counter to the woman who has come in. She is shaking her umbrella, and I look the other way as they are kissing their hellos, and I'm pretending not to see them, and instead I pour the milk. I open up the paper. There's a story of an actor who had died while he was drinking.
Hey, hey, hey.
No one I had heard of, and I'm turning to the horoscope and looking for the funnies when I'm feeling someone watching me, and so I raise my head. There's a woman on the outside looking inside. Does she see me? No, she does not really see me, 'cause she sees her own reflection. And I'm trying not to notice that she's hitching up her skirt, and while she's straightening her stockings, her hair has gotten wet. Oh, this rain, it will continue through the morning as I'm listening to the bells of the cathedral. I am thinking of your voice. chatter when me chat on the mic. Show this artist to keep them rocking till a broad daylight. And here come this escape club to rock it tonight. Say. Baby